How a Populist Takes Power. A Seagull Story. The year is now. The flock is angry. Breadcrumbs are disappearing. The beach is crowded. And one seagull stands on a rock screaming louder than all the others. I alone can fix it. The flock goes wild. So how does this always happen? Let's go back to the beginning. Step 1. Find a hungry flock. Every populist needs the same ingredient. A flock that feels left behind. Maybe the crumbs stopped coming. Maybe the big seagulls ate everything and left scraps. Maybe the beach just got worse every year and nobody did anything about it. The flock is frustrated. The flock is scared. The flock is looking for someone to blame. This is the moment. This is always the moment. Flock frustration goes up. Step 2. Find the loudest seagull. The loudest seagull is not always the smartest seagull. In fact, usually not. But loud seagull has something the other seagulls don't. Loud seagull is angry. Out loud. In public. All the time. The establishment seagulls in their nice nests say things like, "We're working on a comprehensive multi-phase crumb redistribution framework." Loud seagull says, "They stole your crumbs." Flock likes loud seagull. The loudest seagull doesn't need a plan. Loud seagull needs an enemy. Flock frustration goes up. Step 3. Pick an enemy. Any enemy. This is the most important step. Pay attention. The enemy cannot be complicated. The enemy cannot be a system or a structural failure or decades of bad policy decisions. That is boring. The enemy must be a seagull. Specifically, a seagull the flock already doesn't like. Maybe it's the foreign seagulls coming to the beach. Maybe it's the elite seagulls in the tall buildings. Maybe it's the journalist seagulls asking too many questions. Maybe it's all of them at the same time. Loud seagull points. There. That's who did this to you. Flock looks. Flock squawks. Flock agrees. It doesn't matter if the enemy actually did anything. What matters is the flock now has somewhere to point their frustration. Flock anger goes up. Step 4. Make the flock feel special. Here's something the history books don't tell you. Populism doesn't just run on anger. It runs on identity. Loud seagull tells the flock, "You are not just any seagulls. You are the real seagulls. The true seagulls. The forgotten seagulls that the elites have been ignoring for years." Flock feels seen. Flock feels chosen. Now supporting loud seagull isn't just a political choice. It's a personality. It's a tribe. It's who the seagull is. And if you criticize loud seagull, you're not just disagreeing with a policy. You're attacking the flock. Flock loyalty goes up. Step 5. Attack the referees. Every game has referees. Democracy has them too. Courts, journalists, election officials, scientists, institutions that are supposed to keep things fair and check if a loud seagull is actually telling the truth. Loud seagull does not like the referees. So loud seagull starts early. Before the referees can make any calls, loud seagull tells the flock, "The referees are corrupt. The referees are part of the elite. The referees are enemies of the real seagulls." Flock nods. Now when a referee blows the whistle on loud seagull, flock already doesn't trust the referee. The whistle doesn't count. Loud seagull can now do things that would normally end a political career. Lie in public. Ignore the rules. Break norms that everyone just sort of agreed on. Because the referees are fake. And the flock believes it. Flock trust in institutions goes down. Step 6. Win the election. Legally. This part surprises people. The populist usually wins the election fair and square. The flock is real. The frustration is real. The votes are real. Loud seagull wins. Flock goes absolutely insane with joy. Finally someone who gets it. The establishment seagulls in their nice nests say, "This is fine. The system will hold. The institutions will correct for this. They are about to have a bad time." Loud seagull takes power. Legally. Step 7. Reward the loyal. Punish the rest. First week in power, loud seagull starts filling the nest with loyal seagulls. Not the most qualified seagulls. The most loyal seagulls. The ones who squawked the loudest at the rallies. The ones who defended loud seagull on the TV. The ones who owe loud seagull everything and know it. Meanwhile, any seagull who criticized loud seagull in the past, gone. Government investigators, independent judges, military leadership, anyone who might say no replaced. With loyal seagulls, the machine now only moves in one direction. Toward loud seagull. Away from everyone else. Flock doesn't notice. The enemy is still out there. The loud seagull is fighting for them. Institutional independence goes down. Step 8. Manufacture a permanent crisis. A seagull with unlimited power needs one thing to keep it. The flock must always feel like they are under attack. Because a flock that feels safe starts asking questions. A flock that asks questions might notice things. Things like, where did the crumbs actually go? Why is the beach still bad? Why do loud seagull's friends keep getting richer? So loud seagull keeps the crisis going. Always a new enemy. Always a new threat. Always a new reason to rally around loud seagull. The foreign seagulls are invading. The media seagulls are lying. The opposition seagulls are plotting a coup. Flock stays scared. Flock stays loyal. Crisis noise goes up. Step 9. Rewrite the rules. This is the quiet step. The one that happens while everyone is distracted by the crisis. Loud seagull changes the rules. Slowly. Legally. One rule at a time. Change how judges are picked. Pack the courts with loyal seagulls. Change the election rules so it's harder for certain seagulls to vote. Change the laws around protests. Change what the press is allowed to say. None of this is technically illegal. Loud seagull is just using the rules that already exist. Stretching them. Bending them. Until the shape of democracy looks the same from the outside, but works completely differently on the inside. Flock doesn't notice. There's a crisis on. Very busy time. Rules change. Quietly. Step 10. The election that doesn't quite work. Eventually another election comes. Loud seagull has prepared. The courts are full of loyal seagulls. The press has been defunded or discredited or bought. The opposition is fragmented and exhausted. The rules around voting have been adjusted in very specific ways. Loud seagull wins again. Flock celebrates. Opposition cries foul. Loud seagull says, "See, they still won't accept the results." The real seagulls have spoken. Was it a free and fair election? Hard to say. The referees are gone. Remember step 5. The flock cheers. The nest is now permanent. Democracy goes down. The playbook is always the same. Different beach, different seagull, different enemy. Same steps. Every time. Huey Long in Louisiana. Mussolini in Italy. Chavez in Venezuela. Orban in Hungary. The names change. The crumbs change. The enemy changes. But the loud seagull always finds a hungry flock. Always picks an enemy. Always attacks the referees first. Always wins legally. Then changes the rules so winning is easier next time. The scariest part? The flock usually doesn't realize what happened until it's already over. And by then, the beach belongs to someone else. Flock freedom goes down. And the loud seagull stands on the rock, still screaming. I alone can fix it. The flock still cheers. Good thing this could never happen anywhere today, right?